Okay, it's your boy, Kamal Hart. On the chart, we're going bar by bar. Once again, it's Friday, January 3rd, 2020. So, um, man, waking up this morning was wild because the news of the general in Iran being killed sent the market crashing down. And I didn't take any ES trades today, but I was trading gold, and I was able to make a really amazing trade on gold based off of all that going on. And it's funny, sometimes you hear traders say that after a really big loss, um, if they don't go into destructive habits and they just focus on learning from the loss and just trying to focus on the process, they oftentimes have some of their best trading the next day or the next week or whatever the case may be. And that was totally true for me today. I had one of my biggest wins ever today, um, and it was just the same trade I always take. Just a little second entry short, and I just held that thing. It looked kind of like this on the gold chart, but uh, just a little bit more of like a breakout short, and I just held it, and it kept going lower, and I made a huge profit. A lot of the loss from yesterday I've already erased, so that was definitely a good feeling. But we're gonna hop right into this. There's a lot of price action, so I don't wanna waste too much time today. Um, there's definitely this leg going down here. I'm going to get my lines on the chart up until about this point so that we can at least get the right context down. I see kind of that trend through there, um, something like that. And then if I bring this to the lows, kind of fits there. And then you can see we got a break outside the low side. And now we're kind of getting a reversal higher. Um, so at this point, I want to get the micro trend going this direction and bring it over to the other side. I'm going to look for trades off my trend line. Um, so we just going straight sideways. Um, it's an aggressive trade, but if you look right here, there's a second entry long off these highs, first entry, second entry. It's a little sideways. The irony of this trade though is um, I would have taken that if I wasn't already in my gold trade at this point because this bar is inside of this bar, but when you look at this bar closes outside of the close of this bar. So yeah, it is moving sideways. I'm not trying to say it's not moving sideways, but in terms of that like technical congestion sort of thing that I always talk about, it 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 didn't do it, and that might have been enough to let you get into this trade. A little aggressive, but I saw that real time, and I was like, man, that's a good trade. But I'm good for the day because I've already entered on gold. Um, and then my first target, I just measure this leg like that, and then maybe for a second target, I'm gonna measure. Oh, I want an arrow, bruh. For a second target, I'm gonna measure that leg. So those would be my two targets if I entered that. And of course, once it touches this trend line, you need to be careful, but something like that. And you get a nice push, and it goes almost straight to your first target. Um, then you get a pullback. This is just the first entry, so we're gonna have to wait. Good thing, right? And see, now we're definitely going sideways. Inside, that's a doji, so we're just waiting. In fact, You might have even considered selling this right here. That's a reversal pattern, but I would just wait a second and see what's going on. You know, there's a lot of price action, so I'm going to be zooming in and out so we can get a feel for the entire day. And then once I see like a true trade, I'll zoom back in so that you can see the actual setup. So that would be my channel line for this little correction or whatever we're going to call it. So we got a little push. Now we're getting this kind of reversal. I'm going to let this reversal play out because I don't have a swing yet and we're not above any of these swings. So I'm just letting it play out. And right there we kind of get that higher low. So I want to see what's going on with that. We're just working right up off that line. Here's our pullback. Here's our like failed second entry short. It's just floating. I don't. It's not really anything I'm interested in. Let's see if we get a second entry long. And another thing I see off these off this top and this top is that none of this will be confirmed yet, but off those tops there could be a trend channel, a larger trend channel. So you know, these lines aren't confirmed yet, but I'm looking for something like that possibly, and throw a midline in there. There's the kind of like a second entry long. It's off the EMA. It's the first breakout of this micro trend we have. I'm cool going long there. Test the highs, maybe come back and confirm this channel. Takes a little minute, and then when this sets up, I never been a big fan of doubling down on trades or adding on to trades, but in this case I would definitely consider it. So I'd also maybe add on right there as well, or if you didn't get in here, I definitely like this one as well, so I'll probably get in for sure there. And if you see that congestion in there, you know, it actually works in our favor, right? Because if you do see that, then we're expecting it to come test this high side anyway. So, you know, it still works if you buy that. There it goes. And then here you get another it's kind of like a failed second entry short. See how this is a swing? So this moved lower. First entry, or you know, the first entry short fails, then the second entry short fails. Only problem is now we're at the top of this congestion area, but you know, this is kind of the smaller picture. If you're looking at the bigger picture, you might still want to take that trade. Let's say it's aggressive. I use the green arrows to call aggressive trades when I remember to change the color. But when you see the blue arrows, those are pretty textbook trades. But this green arrow today, I mean, that's going to mean it's a little aggressive to go long there. Takes a second. There it goes. And then now we're getting that confirmation of this channel line. So I'm going to actually start to treat this this channel like a real channel and see what it does, where the lows are going to be for this channel. I'm not really interested in going short. I'm not much of the guy who tries to get short at the highs of the channel of an uptrend catch the move down to the other side. Um, I'm just not that guy. I prefer to wait to let it get here and then just buy it. Every now and then I'll see a setup that I just can't resist. Like this really is not. This is a pretty good setup, but I'm gonna wait. Um, so like I missed a trade. Let's go back. Right here, I missed this trade, but I don't think I'd realistically take it because in this scenario I am expecting prices to come to the other side, so I'm pretty cautious trying to get long still. I don't like to get long immediately after these touches, but it did come back to this EMA, and that kind of helps give the price support, and there's already enough room to these highs. So, you know, that high, first entry, second entry, good signal bar. Um, let's go with that being aggressive, just because, it's on this high side. This could easily tick one above and reverse, and that would be the short, that goes all the way or something to the other side. So I think it's a little aggressive to buy that, but there it is. Um, See, like right there, I did that. Yeah, here he goes because I don't want to. There we go. See right there, like let's see. If you enter on a limit, see like on a limit you get out. Even on a stop you get out, but it didn't go far. It didn't go far, and right here with this red bar, this is a second entry short. You know, so I'd be very careful buying after it touches, which is why I didn't even consider that one. So right there we have our reversal pattern. Um, we're not going to look for shorts, but we're just going to have this line just so we have an idea of what's going on. And that one pushes down. That one pushes down pretty hard. See that? Breakout, move to a new low. So that was our first entry. Got to wait it out. Still pulling back. We get kind of like two legs. Look at that. A breakout, leg one, two legs back, and leg two. That's a good sign that the pattern is finishing. And of course, the reason why we don't want to go short there is you're going, short right into what potentially might be our channel line. Even though it's not confirmed, it's just too risky. So let's just wait it out. Let's see what it does. Right there, we're starting to get the buy signals. So let's wait to see if we get a higher low. Here's our higher low, but that signal bar isn't great. Yeah, right there, that signal bar isn't great. And then we get a big trigger bar, but it's too late to buy it here, and it's a little aggressive to buy it on the break because the signal wasn't that great. It was an okay signal. Like this red bar is a little bit. This red bar actually is more bullish than it is bearish, but it's a little messy. So we're waiting. See how we get this stack up right in there, that little congestion. Just waiting. Okay, now's a place to look for the trade. Look at this stack up. So this is a congestion, and then when we broke below right there on that bar and then came all the way back up, um, that's a good trade. Just like that. That's a good trade. And we're coming just off this channel line, so we're expecting it to try to test this other side or make a new high, something like that. So I like that trade. Breakout pullback, failed second entry short. Um, That's a good trade. That one shoots off like nobody's business. Um, let's try to get some lines on there. Little micro trend. Okay. It pulls back kind of hard, so you get what you get on that one. Um, First entry to the high. See if we get a lower high or something. See, now at this point though, a couple things are going on, right? Because we're above, below, above, below, above, below. It's it's trending higher, but it's kind of a range as well. So I don't want to get caught buying too close to the highs when I'm seeing that we're not. See the difference up here, how every time we got close, we bounced, got close, there was a bounce. Now we're going through it. Um, I want to make sure I'm not being careless buying it now. So I'd probably put my line there. Dash 5. Uh, and then I'll bring the other side just to where, kind of over here where you got these kind of like double touches and stuff. So I kind of see that range right now. So I'm being very cautious to keep in mind that we are trending up, but I don't want to be buying too much on the wrong side of this range, just so I don't get trapped or something dumb. Which honestly, right, by now there's not too many reasons to still be trading. You for sure have had enough trades to be done for the day. But maybe if you trade a later session or something, um, we're still going to be looking for positions. But that's on a good signal bar. You're on the wrong side of the range. You just got to wait that one out. So we get a breakout and this little doji bar. Super aggressive to go short there, but some people might. See how that just shoots all the way right through the EMA, right through the midline? A lot of people went short there. And even though this works so well, it's really hard to pick these tops. I still don't have a rule to accurately pick a top. Yeah, it's a range and a doji. It's a small risk bar. I think it's just one of those things. If the risk is small enough and the bar is good, you might just risk it. But why risk it? I'd rather just wait and just find the right setup. Especially if I already have money in the bank or this is my first trade of the day. Just wait for a good setup. This is a setup that I watched. I was leaving the hotel right as this one was setting up. His little second entry short. See these lows? First entry. If it breaks below, that's second entry. But it's not a good signal bar, and it's on the wrong side of the range. But I saw that just based off of this micro trend that there's potential for another leg down like that, something like that. But it's just too aggressive. I wouldn't actually take that trade, but I saw it and I was like, oh wow, I could be a short if we were looking for shorts. Got a little push. See how we bounced off this range area? That's how I know this range is indeed valid. Um, and then on a bigger scale, you can kind of see what's going on, right? It's like we're just kind of in the middle of the chart right now. But when we look at the channel we have, this is our first breakout. So now that we have this breakout, Um, let's see if it comes to make a new high. So like right there, that's a very similar setup to yesterday when we had that trade like right off the midline. I would consider uh, buying this. I think it's aggressive. It's aggressive because it's a, first of all, it's a kind of a big bar, um, and you're getting close to the middle, so it's a little scary buying this, but fits our rules. It's a higher low on the lower side of a range. We already have the trend line, and it's a good, you know, directional signal bar, reversal bar. A lot of people probably went short there, and they got trapped. So might be into that. There it goes. Really, there's another entry right there, but I don't think I'm gonna mark it just because it triggers on the wrong side of our range. I'm not gonna mark this one just because of that. I think what I should do though is let's give this a just like a channel line, kind of a reset bar. I'm just gonna wait. Like that would have worked, but you know, just follow the rules. If you're in here, there's really no reason to be out yet. So you're probably still holding a trade to up here or at least the highs. So that's cool. Still kind of going. Let's see what this channel looks like on the other side. Because I already see that we broke out of the channel. Like right here, we had a breakout. On a small scale, that's a convincing breakout. This green bar, we're for sure outside of the channel. Maybe this channel is a little flatter, but it's probably just a breakout, move to a new high sort of thing. Now we're getting a, you know, big push. Um, I really wish, you know, we could have taken these trades. These really, those would have been nice. And then here on a bigger scale, see on a bigger scale, I want to add another channel now because now that we're outside of this range, we broke out of the range, we pulled back and then continued higher. Now I want to get a bigger channel because now I think there's more going on than just what we had earlier. So now I want a channel like that. It gets a little noisy. Um, what I'll do is let me just fade it. Just fade it a little bit so it's easier. Okay, it's a little easier to see. Um, as we push higher, you know, I'm not really too interested buying anymore. It's just a little bit too high, over overbought right now. That's a second entry long. Man, oof. I don't know. I don't know if you should buy that one, to be honest. Nice signal bar off the trend line. The only issue with it is that if this is our channel, and it's confirmed because we had three bounces, so this is a confirmed channel. We broke out and made a new high. After making this new high, it's gonna be risky buying it. So I want to make a decision before I click forward. Let's say you do buy it, just because it is a second entry long. The reason why I don't like it is because I said we have to break out, move to a new high. I just don't like how it's moving down like this. See how it's like kind of like a micro trend down. And in fact, that is yeah, let's just leave it like that for now. Take some time, stack up. You might get shaken out of this trade, just kind of going sideways. But there it goes. Um, yeah, I don't know. That, you know, when you see the setup, I'd take the setup as long as you have your lines, right? Because another reason that this is an okay trade is that if this is our larger channel, see this one, then this is the first breakout, and we're going to try and retest that high. So, and look at that, you make a double top, sorry about that, but you make a double top and then you get a huge sell-off bar. So it doesn't go that far, but you get your scalp and a few extra ticks, and a few extra ticks can definitely go a long way. And at this point, this is a failed second entry short. See off this low first, second, when it breaks above right there. But we're not interested in that, because what I really see now is this is what I really see. I just see like a congestion area. Because at this point on every level, breakout, move to a new high, breakout, move to a new high, So I'm not trying to go long anymore. Something like that. And what do you know? You get that reversal bar. Here's I thought it was a second entry short. This is a double bottom. It kind of is a second entry short. Um, if you know how to read this right there, see how these two bars gap and then a matching. So that counts as one low, first entry when it breaks below second entry. But I'm just gonna wait. And then here's like a higher low. Um, Yikes! It's you might trade that. Um, Size down if you're gonna take that trade, just because it's right into the EMA. It's a little aggressive, but it shoots down. So I guess I'll mark that one. Really, both of these could have been marked. This one and this one could have been marked. I like this one better. The lower high or the higher lows, those are more consistent typically. What I will say though is we can make that one aggressive. Like if you saw it, sure, but it's kind of advanced. And see how we're just bouncing? So we need to kind of use our range rules for a little bit until we see what else is going on. And we get this push outside. Now, typically, I like to say before I make a micro trend, I want a breakout pullback or something. But when I see this pause bar and then prices shoot off again, that's a sign that this is going to be a strong move. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it one now. Yeah, you get a huge push, um, and this is a sell pattern, having this red bar, pause bar, red bar. I don't typically use those for trades, but when I see that, I know that you know there's something coming. There it goes. Um, nothing you need to buy right there, not yet. Then we this looks attractive, but really this is your signal bar, and that's not that great. And then this is just a first entry short. It's nothing really special about that yet. And pushes higher. So then now we get sort of like a channel going this way. Not yet. So let's wait until we get a reversal pattern. Until then, we're looking for shorts. But like at this stage, we're kind of going sideways. So we have to see the right setup before we really jump on short. Like that's the reversal pattern. That's because it broke lower right there, then continued higher. So that's the reversal pattern I'm talking about. So at that point, we're kind of like in the middle of a congestion. Yeah, see how we're kind of right there at what used to be our highs. And then if you want to get a picture for what the overall day is looking like, you really are just getting kind of like this range, and it broke out and fell back inside. And you get a breakout, and it's, testing the highs. See, by now it's super obvious that, there is some sort of like just congestion and indecision in this area. Traders don't know which way to trade this right now. Ooh, little aggressive small bar. I'm not gonna do that though. And a big bar. Here's a higher low if it breaks above. It's an okay signal bar. And then it starts to stack up a little bit. But this trade idea still can work. But I'm not going to enter after matching highs like that. Boom. There it goes. And then right there you get there's your kind of like a breakout pullback sort of trade. So what I want to do is I want to get over here and give this a channel. I'm going to say it's aggressive to buy that because it's not off the EMA, it's floating, it's a big bar, but you should buy that. Once it breaks above, you can just buy it right there on the limit or on a stop. And I would not be in on a very, like, just size down a little bit because it's kind of an aggressive place, but that's a trade right there. It doesn't go far, but it gets you enough, and you can definitely get some cash off that. And that gets us to 315, something like that. So that'd have been all I've been willing to take for the day. But yeah, a lot of I wouldn't say a lot of trades, but they're definitely more than there were yesterday, and some easy ones to see, some easy ones to spot. I kind of wish I did trade the ES today. That would have been some nice trades along the way. But that's what I saw. You know, really, really good trading day. Not much more to say past that, but we will be back tomorrow, or not tomorrow, on Monday, with all this going on in the world with the Iran and the tension and all that. There's definitely going to be some more opportunities next week. So next week is a good week to come in focused and really dial in to your setups and hold your runners and stuff like that. So until Monday, we're out. I will see y'all then. Peace.